A warm welcome back to the Forensic Detailing or Unplugged channel. We're going to do a piece on tyres, guys, which is something I'm always a little bit interested in. And down here on my Porsche Carrera, we are running Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss. And I want to talk about these tyres and why you should consider them, and ultimately why I don't like them, which is a bit weird. So first up, my history with Michelin tyres are, I think they're perhaps one of the best tyre manufacturers I've used in terms of giving me a really grippy compound that I know is going to give me good performance on a circuit. Like the Michelin Pilot Super Sports, the Michelin Pilot 4s, the Michelin Pilot 5s, the Michelin Pilot 4Ss, and then going all the way up to the Michelin Cup 2s, which are a really soft compound, very sticky, great for hot lapping. So Michelin have got the pedigree, I think, with tyres. They've also, very important to me, you find out about how good a company is when you have problems with your tyres. Now, I've never had a problem with a Michelin tyre until I went to remove my PS4Ss off of my M4 competition, because those tyres were worn and run out from using them on a circuit. And my tyre fitter said to me, well, look at this. When he was taking them off, he noticed something on the tyre, just something that caught his attention, a bit of cracking on the sidewall. And I said, well, the tyres are knackered anyway, they're coming off. And he said to me, but Michelin will want to know about this. I was thinking, why the tyres are knackered? They're going to want to know about it. They're worn out. If I had a tyre company and someone showed me those tyres, I'd say, yeah, throw them away. They're destroyed. But he was interested in something not on the tread. It was on the sidewall that he thought they would be interested in. So he filed a report. And I got an email from Michelin saying, oh, just as a gesture of goodwill, those two front tyres that had that issue, we're going to refund you that money off of the replacement tyres that you bought. And I was shocked because that saved me like 500 or 600 quid. So they have excellent customer service, and I wasn't unhappy with those tyres. And they actually care if you spot any issues with your tyres, which is phenomenal. So why have I got a problem with 4Ss, and why did I say I wouldn't run them? Because I've used these tyres before. I just run these tyres around Thruxton, and the grip level in the dry is about as good as you are going to get, I think, with a performance road tyre. They're not an out and out track tyre, are they? They're a performance road tyre, and the grip is fantastic. They squeal a bit under pressure, but they hold on, and you almost feel like you're on a track tyre when you run them. They also perform in the wet, in the colder months where you can't get heat into track tyres so much, and it's a wet day. Even through to a pouring wet day, you could still use them on a circuit. They wouldn't be ideal as some sort of wet options, but they'd still work. They function well in the wet. So they make a good track day tyre for guys running kind of road cars almost, that are not hardcore track day guys. So why don't I like them? One word really, and it's feel. So before I put these tyres on, I was running a set of alloys and tyres that were the tyres must have been about 15 years old, courtesy of Dan's Timeless Ditch Finders. Dan's Timeless Classic lent me a set of alloys with wheels on them. Alloys with tyres on them. The tyre walls on those things were hard, and when you drive the car, I could feel the road underneath me, and the turning, as soon as I turned the steering wheel, these sharp old knackered tyres would turn, and it was really responsive, and it was a hard ride, but it felt good. There was no grip, but it felt good, and I could feel the road underneath me. As soon as I put these tyres on the car, it was like it was like driving on marshmallows. Like I've stuffed the suspension full of marshmallows. The steering lost that precise feel, and instead you get this slight squirminess underneath you. And it's the same on a circuit. When you put them through a corner, you feel they grip, but you feel this squirminess, almost like the tyre is like bulging on the sidewall, and you're really like pushing it more than you'd want to be. It just feels slightly wrong to me. And I had the same sensation when I ran them on my M4 CS, and I think I ran the star-rated ones if they exist for the M4 CS. People are going to say you're an idiot. You're not running N-rated tyres on your Porsche, which could be important. Yeah, it could be, but this is not an unknown combo running Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's on this particular car. It's been done by millions of people, and it's fine. But yeah, it's not tested by Porsche or anything like that. But it's more, the point I want to raise is that the thing I don't like about the Michelin Pilot Sport 4s is this thin tyre wall that it has, that is probably done for weight and whatever, efficiency ratings or whatever. But I'm telling you, it changes and it dulls how this tyre feels. So if they could sort that out, if Michelin could sort that out, I'd be back. I'd be 100% happy. But I'm still happy. I'm only just sort of 95% happy. Not unhappy enough to take these tyres off and put something else on, but unhappy enough that when I've worn these tyres out, I will try something else apart from the 4S. Something with a harder sidewall. I've tried running them on higher pressures, because Porsche pressures are supposed to be 44 rear, 36 front. When I got these back from the tyre fitters, they were running 34 front, 36 rear, which is actually fine. But they were even more squirmy, so I pumped them up closer to 42 rear, 36 front, I think. Yeah, something like that, 35, whatever. I've tried them at different pressures on the circuit. I've tried them at different pressures on the road. They feel better with more pressure in them. Actually, at that Porsche spec that no one seems to run, 44 rear, so that's a lot, but at that Porsche spec, they feel better. So maybe I should stick with 44 rear, 36 front. Don't know. People will tell me I'm an idiot for doing that. People will tell me I'm an idiot if I don't do that. You're an idiot either way, but yeah, you'd be right. So that's my take on the Pilot Sport 4S's. Amazing grip, a versatile tyre, about the best grip you're going to get. Not a cheap tyre. This set cost me $770, but with £60 cash back, which is actually decent. So around 700 quid. But that's not bad, is it, that price? They're a little bit more than that normally. Expect to pay about £800 for them at least. If you're running wide tyres for Porsches, these are 18s, I think. Yeah, but the loss of feel and that precision, that dulling of the steering wheel, and that sort of almost like it's softened your suspension slightly by having them on there, and it's like you're running the car on marshmallows, like I described. It's really hard. And I like to feel, as soon as I remember on the M4 CS when I went from 4S's to Cup 2s, nothing to do with grip and nothing to do about the Cup 2s, being a track tyre. The feel of the Cup 2s made the car stiffer and you could feel the road a lot more, and that's what I kind of like. Some of you might argue, I'm just trying to think the people that will go nuts because I'm saying I don't like a particular tyre, what they would say. So maybe you like that slightly softer feel and that lack of steering feel that these tyres introduce, and maybe that's good for your car, which isn't a Porsche with all that weight at the back or whatever. Maybe they don't feel the same, but both the cars I've run them on, I've noticed the same thing. And it's enough for me to not want to try them again. Yeah, so interesting. Funny enough, though, when I do go and try something else, it might not be as good. So this is never going to be a Michelin slating. It's just not. They're too good. Everyone knows they're good. I love them. But I just want to try something different. It may not be as good, but if I can find what I'm looking for with the Sidewall and it's hard, I'll settle for like 1% less grip or 2% less grip for a slightly stiffer compound that makes me feel the road a little bit more. Yeah, I had more fun on Dan's ditch finders with stiff sidewalls and no grip, partly because I was just trying to destroy them as well. But yes, another thing, you can't play around with these tyres because they grip so well. You can't play around. There's a lot to be said for the old Sumo Humos and the BF Goodlucks that I had on my old BMW. Yeah. So let me know what you think of the 4S's, guys. They are phenomenal, don't get me wrong. This isn't a full out assault, but yeah, just not happy with the feel of the car. Maybe some of you got suggestions of things I could do, but I've got a really good geo on this car. It's nothing to do with that. I've got you know, I've got really good Olim suspension. They felt great before those tyres went on. I've tried the pressures. There's not much else I can do. So yeah, I'm going to try a stiffer sidewall next. Thanks for watching. Over and out. Doug.